shepherds praise. When shepherds praise. Everybody needs to know. Praise happen. When shepherds worship. When shepherds worship.
Everybody, we're back for another episode of Podcast with Colossal. I'm your co-host, Erin Marie, aka Baby Girl. And here's your host and the CEO of Colossal Step Entertainment, Gary Hildebrand Sr.
Yo, what up, everybody? This your boy Garrett from Colossal Step Entertainment. Also, your host here at Podcasting with Colossal. Man, we're glad to be back on the air again with Intellectual Radio. Man,
Hey,
this is it's a great opportunity, man. And nice, man. We want to again thank Intellectual Radio for allowing us to be here. Because man, you don't understand that there's a lot of shows that take place here on Intellectual Radio, and we follow a great show, the Love Movement. Man, they know, and they hope they have different guests every week. And man, no, that's it, man. They pick up steam, and we're grateful. Following like the J Spot and different shows every week, man. So man, we want to say thank you, because man, like I said, podcasting with Colossal had became an idea, and now it's become a reality for us. And we want to thank Earl. We want to thank Wanda B for believing in us and giving us the opportunity. And man, I'm not gonna be talking long, man, because Earl will turn the mic off on you, man. So, I mean, y'all gotta understand, man. Y'all don't understand stuff.
As soon as y'all hear that background music, y'all, he gonna that means cut it off.
Hey, man, I've learned. Earl treated like the Oscars, man. If you're talking too long, he'll turn the music up on you. That way it's time to go wind it up.
You get a 10-minute speech. Yes, short speech.
Yeah, like man, it's time. He's like, man, he's not gonna tell you it's time to wind up. He's gonna stop playing the music on you. So we're gonna treat it like the Oscars. We're gonna make it short and sweet. Yeah, man, nice, but man, this all in fun, man. It's all in fun. Like I said, man, this is a great opportunity, man, especially during a season like this, where we should be able to laugh and joke and have some fun and doing times like this, because the holiday seasons have become a rough time for a lot of people.
Yes, it has.
We got a lot of deaths that have taken place, and people are dying, man. I mean, left and right, cancer, killing on the streets. Man, it's just so much that's going on, and family members are checking out of here, and people are going through a difficult season. And our topic for today is staying encouraged during a difficult season. Staying encouraged during a difficult season. The reason why that topic kind of popped into my head as soon as we came into the building, because God was basically showing me that a lot of people are going through some things, and depression. It's like depression kind of kicks in, especially during times like this. And I'm not gonna lie to you all, man. I went through a couple of days where I was about having a battle with depression myself, because of an accident that I had, and I had to get to the point where is that I have to understand that sometimes accidents happen that's beyond our control, and uh try to come to a reality that uh why did it have to happen to me, and uh why did it pick a time like this, and it hits your confidence level. It hits you right where you are, and it makes you kind of come back down to reality and say, man, that things can happen to you as well. Just because it hasn't happened to you yet doesn't mean that it won't happen. And you just have to understand that now it comes to the time where you have to start believing that God has a plan for your life. And you have to learn how to stay encouraged, even in an unencourageable season. Happy holidays, most troubles, man. Good to see you on.
Happy holidays to everybody who has joined us live on the podcast. And I'm gonna piggyback off him. Like yesterday, I've had emotional day that I felt the stress and anxiety from the holiday season because so and me, I'm still dealing with some trauma from the past. So being around certain family and everything else, I have to learn how to be strong through that, even though I'm still healing myself. And then building up the stress from working and trying to get my kids, to have a good Christmas and everything else. Man, the holiday season it just piles up on you. Like you just worry about bills, kids, money. It's just everything hits out at once. And like yesterday, and how a lot of people saw my status to saying I'm emotionally broken. I broke down emotionally because I just I let all my anger out. I've been crying on and off all day yesterday because I never thought I would be so emotional during the holiday season, but it's real. Depression is real, and I also battle it for myself. But I had to learn that I still have to be strong because I still have people that support and love me, and I still have my kids have to be strong for it. So, yeah, as parents, we're like we don't want to see our kids see us go through stuff, but it just shows that we're human. As my dad was telling me, like, me, I was the type that, if I cried, I showed that it's a sign of weakness, but it's not. It's basically like know that you're vulnerable and it's okay to be stressed and it's okay to vent and get out everything, and then bounce back the next day.
Man, so depression, man, is a serious well, it is a disease. I'm not gonna sit there, no, just gonna
It
put it right where
is.
it is. No, depression is a disease. And I don't know who has battled with bouts of depression and how you dealt with it. Because there are people who are going through depression. There are people who are going through a serious sense of uh, man. I mean, right now, y'all just understand. It's like no negativity has a way of taking a grip of your mind.
Oof.
Negativity has no can actually choke out the joy that you have in your life. And a lot of times, man, we tend to try to paint um, paint a different picture. Especially when you're going through depression, you try to paint a different picture. You want people to think that you're not dealing with anything, and you try to hide that side of you. Whereas that you try to smile through your pain, but when it comes down to you smiling through your pain, the pain shows a little bit more than your happiness. And we know and something now me being I said everybody thinks that just because I'm a preacher and that I'm supposed to it's like that I'm not supposed to have human feelings and I'm not supposed to get emotional, uh, but at the end of the day the human side takes over. And I'm a man first. That's first and foremost. I'm a man first. uh, and I have to deal with my emotions. Sometimes I have to put my emotions in check because, I'm trying to be strong for everybody else. I'm trying to
Mhm.
be there for everybody else. I'm always doing for other people, and then when it comes down to no to me, I take a back seat to a lot of stuff. I take a large back seat to a lot of stuff, and I don't come to grips with my own feelings and until it all hits me all at once. And when it actually comes down and comes out, it comes out at the wrong time. And why do you say you comes out at the wrong time? Because during that time, when it actually comes out, there's some things that are going on. um, and you try to be strong, but then it's like no, that when you try to be strong, that's when you find yourself breaking.
Mm.
That's your breaking point.
True, true, true.
Because you can only be so strong for so long, and you can't continue to be strong for everybody. Because I say because sometimes you have to allow people to be strong for you, and because you don't trust everybody, especially family. No family members who are close around you, who genuinely love you and care about you. They want to help lift you up, and those are the people that you tend to start pushing away, especially during times of your depression and when you don't want nobody to know what you're going through or what you're
You don't
feeling.
want to be seen as a burden.
Now you don't want you don't want nobody to be seen. No, you don't want to be seen as a weak person. Because everybody sometimes people take your weakness, and try to and use your vulnerabilities against you. And there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. Let me say that first and foremost. There's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. Sometimes those vulnerabilities help you build strength coming through it, because not everybody sees the pain that sees and feels the pain that that you're feeling. One thing that I know that I get tired of hearing, and I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Uh, I get tired of hearing people say, "Man, I know how you feel," when they really don't.
Absolutely,
You
because
know,
everybody's level is different. Everybody's depression levels, everybody how everybody deals with things is what.
come close to the mic, man.
Oh,
Come close.
sorry. Okay. This is basically everything what everybody deals with is very, very different. Like me at work, I've lately for the past month, I've been breaking down at work. Like I've been like mentally like checked out. Like I'm starting not to care anymore. I'm just over it. I'm over everything, everybody. I just feel like because like I'm the type that's strong for everybody as well. I take a back seat to my own feelings, just like my dad, because I get my and that's what having a big heart for us as a family. Like we all have big hearts, and you know, so we always try to be strong for each other, but then we get about self, and self is always important, and that's why like I can't. And I'm counting down to my vacation, y'all. I got a vacation coming up for work. I've been out of work in 2 years, because I'm always like I work sick. I go to work sick. I push through my mental state because I have kids to worry about, bills to worry about. I'm always like worried about everything else but me. So, I've been an emotional wreck. I have been, and that's like my parents are trying to be strong, but then my dad says, he's been going through his depression, and I'm trying to get him through it as well. With the help of my stepmother, my brother and sister. We like right now the holidays is the best time for us to all come together and not fall apart.
Man. So um, again, man, we all try to, as a family, kind of bond together, to try to help pull each other through what we're going through.
Hey,
Um,
Jamie.
what you have to understand is that, man, sometimes, and I'm only speaking for me. Sometimes, in the quiet of the night, when everybody else is asleep, I'm awake, and there no sometimes no man, and it's like it's like those tears do well up in my eyes because you know there's so much to deal with, the stress of the job, uh it's man, and family is not stressful, man. It's like my family is my this joy for me. It's just that, man, I take on so much, um and and there's no, like I said, I'm still dealing with the death of different family members who have have transitioned in my life, like my grandfather, and my brother. I'm still, those those two are solids for me, because my grandfather is the man that taught me everything that I know, um, along with my grandmother. My grandmother is still alive, but like I said, it's just knowing that holiday seasons become a lot rough because now family is not what family used to be during holiday season. Um, it's like the family element has drifted away, and you're trying to figure out why is family going through what they're going through? Why no? Why are we allowing our families to become more distant? And why no? How is that that one side of the family alienates themselves from the other side of the family? And and a lot of those thoughts roll through my head because me being the elder cousin, I kind of take things personally, and and it's no, it's a fault to it, and there's a fault of mine that I take a lot of stuff personally, And I shouldn't take a lot of stuff personally, but no, but it's the way I was raised. It was the way I was brought up, and how to, to be the man of the family, and try, and tried to be the man that that I was raised to be. And it's not always an easy thing to be, is to be that person, because because after a while everybody counts on you. Everybody relies on you.
Mm-hmm.
And you have that fear of letting everybody down, and I guess that's become one of my fears, is that I fear letting everybody down because of, the person that I've become, because I've always been, I stepped up to take the lead. And if I know, and I want to make sure that what I'm doing is being done correctly, and having people to, to kind of help me go through this season. you know Man, this thing is hard. You know what I'm saying? um it's hard being encouraged during the holiday season. It's really hard being encouraged, especially during a difficult season, when you lose loved ones, when when your finances is funny, and your
Mm-hmm.
outgo is more than your income, and you're trying to figure out how you're going to be able to supply for your family, and without having to work so many hours, and try no and being spending a lot of time away from your families. And so it's man, it's so much that that entails of this life of being encouraged. And I used to always ask the question, who encourages the encourager when he's not, when he's feeling discouraged? No,
Good question.
that's that's always been, I always ask that question. Who encourages the encourager when he's feeling discouraged? And and then sometimes God, God, well, not sometimes, but all the time, God had answers me and says, no, you have to learn to encourage yourself, because not everybody's going to encourage you. Not every, no, because you got some people that who are so just who are just negative, and they don't want to help you to get past what you're dealing with. They want you to continue to focus on the negatives that's going on around you. And those people become like weeds. And the reason why I say they become like weeds, because weeds tend to to choke out the life of that's being rooted, not rooted to you. And when those weeds take root in your life, man, you have to learn how to know how to kill those things off. Um, People have become um, what we call a poison. Um, you have to learn how to eliminate those people who are who become a poison in your life. You can't keep allowing them to stay in your life, because I understand, that old saying, keep your, it's like
Keep
keep
your
your
friends
friends close, but your
your
enemies closer. But at the end of the day, man, that's that's good. That's fine and good. That's cliche. I get it. I get it. I get it. But at the end of the day, those people who are poison, only thing they're doing is killing you from the inside out, and not from the outside in. They're killing you from the inside out. Why do you say they're killing you from the inside out? Because everything that they say to you, you take it personally, and it infects you internally.
Mm-hmm.
It affects you internally, and then you start thinking about everything that they
And you
say,
start believing it.
and and you really start believing that you're no, because some people will say some nasty things about you, and and then after a while you start thinking, no, am I really that person? And no, like, man, am I, no, am I really who they say I am?
Mm-hmm.
Have I done some of the things that they say I've done? And because after, no, man, some things sound so good, man, you start believing that, that you actually did it when you didn't. The truth is that you have to start really looking at life for what it really is. um Life is short, man. Life is really short. I don't care who you are. I don't care what walk of life you come from. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what kind of insurance you have. Man, life is it's way too short. And you have to start understanding is that it's okay. It's okay to admit that you have a moment of weakness. It's okay. It's okay to say that, man. That sometimes you feel like you need to cry. It's okay. It's okay to not be okay, if I can put it that way. It's okay to not be okay, because sometimes that moment of not being okay kind of helps you to start coming to realization as to some of the things that you need to know and what you need to do for yourself. Because if you don't, you're going to find yourself killing yourself, and not killing yourself literally, but killing yourself emotionally, uh, killing yourself spiritually. Where you stop believing in yourself, where you stop seeing the positive, of yourself, and seeing the positive the positive things that that come to be, how they really are. We don't have these real discussions about what we see in our lives and how we see it, and and why we see things the way we see them, because everything that we've ever believed, we allowed somebody else to make us believe it.
Very true.
Because people speak stuff into your life, be it negative or positive. People speak stuff into your life, and sometimes those things take a life of their own. And then you got to try to figure out how to decipher, how to uh eliminate some things out of your life, and how to eliminate some of the thoughts that came into your mind at that point in time. And then and it makes you feel uh kind of hostile toward the person that said it to you. And you try to figure out, why do I feel this way? Why do I know? How do I know? Why am I starting to to really want to just my blood is starting to boil, and I want to tell this person where to get off, and I want to tell them how where they can go and how quick they can get there, and then some
Mm-hmm.
and but some no sometimes that's not even the answer either, because you find yourself becoming somebody else that you're not. You find yourself becoming that person that that you have your anger and disdain to. And people don't understand is that people have a way of bringing out the worst in you.
Preach.
You know, uh, it's not no people can bring out the best in you, but people can also bring out the worst in you. And I don't know who this is for, because I know this is for me. Uh, Sometimes you have to eliminate people. You have to eliminate people. And what I mean by eliminating, man, sometimes you have to cut people off. No, sometimes you have to cut out that poison. You know, there's no people. No people are some. No people are poisonous. You know, and they're not always encouraging to you. They want you to focus on every negative that's taking place in your life at that point in time, and they want to make it look like, oh, maybe you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing this and you're doing that. But when the realization is, you already know what you're doing, you know how you're handling it, and what you need to do to handle it. But then you got people that always just they just want you to dwell right there. Sometimes you just want people to tell you, man, that is no, there's no, that no, just tell you that it's gonna be all right, and that you need to trust God at all. And that's because at the end of the day, that's what we need to do. We need to trust God, and then trust in ourselves. We sometimes we need but at the end of the day, we need people around us who will encourage us. You know what I'm saying? You have to have people around you who will encourage you. You cannot continue to keep people in your lives who are who are like weeds, who take root into your life and start beginning to choke the life out of you. Because people will root themselves into your life. I mean, when I say they will root themselves into you, they will not. I mean, they will grow roots, and they will wrap and they will choke the life out of you, because they're not always trying to encourage you. because sometimes you got people trying to encourage you to do the wrong thing, especially when you know you need to be doing the right thing. You have people trying to encourage you to confront somebody about something that you feel. But when it comes down to it, sometimes it's not always about confronting the person. But my thing is that no, the Bible says that, no, if you have an ought against your brother, take it to him. And if you cannot resolve that, you bring somebody else into it who's a neutral, in a neutral corner, who won't take sides. A lot of times what we find ourselves doing, we get people in our lives who take sides because you want somebody to take your side. You want somebody to see your point of view. And then the person on the other side, they want somebody else to take their point of view. But a lot of times what we need somebody that's neutral to kind of help us to kind of get through whatever it is that we need to get through. And thank you, God. These people that say that we need an intervention are nuts. And the reason why I say that, it's good to have a family intervention. Because sometimes family, you need to get to the root of what's going on. But when everybody is geared up against you, and they call that an intervention,
that's not an intervention. That's an ambush.
my
That's
thing is,
called an ambush.
that's what you call putting yourself on the firing line.
That's suicide.
That's man, come on, man. That's an assassination.
Because they're not going to say nothing encouraging against you. They're going to point out every negative thing that you ever done, said, while they feel what you've done to them or stuff in the past. Anything, there will never be nothing positive coming out of their mouths. There's going to be nothing but negativity. And it's to the point that, okay, are we here to hash things out, or are we here to talk about like everything that I did in the past? I got to the point of, if you're not willing to talk, if we can't talk and just work past our issues, I don't want to talk. Period. That's it. There's no intervention with me.
My thing is, man, no, because my thing is that if you dwell on a negative, if you're constantly dwelling on a negative, and you're constantly dwelling on a negative, and you're constantly dwelling on a negative, what room do you have for any positivity to come out of a situation? You cannot sit there and say, well, I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be like this. I'm going to handle it this way. And then you find yourself handling it a whole nother way. Because sometimes we take on the thoughts of other people. Because then we start believing maybe so-and-so was right. Maybe I should confront that person.
But if you already know what the discussion gonna be, it's pointless just entertain it. Even try to even hear it out. To be honest, it is very, very pointless.
Sometimes
it's like talking to a brick wall.
But I said sometimes conversations need to be had.
But it's the same. Well, it was the same thing over and over and over again, and you just got to the point of, okay, we keep talking about the same stuff, ain't nothing getting resolved. Let's just agree, disagree, leave it alone.
Yeah, sometimes it's best to agree to disagree. But again, at times, in order to get past what you're dealing with, this is self here. This is self. You got to look at yourself. And sometimes you have to ask yourself, am I part of the solution? Or am I more of the problem?
True.
Because a lot of us won't ask ourselves that. A lot of us won't ask ourselves that. Are we part of the solution, or are we part of the problem? Because we dwell on a lot of negatives. Whether it be through family, through friends, through foes. And then we take grasp of a situation, and we start feeling hostile toward people and toward things and places, and and you allow it to affect everything that is you. And you cannot continue to go through life with this negative demeanor. Um, People can become toxic. Again, people are no can become a poison in your life if you allow them to continue to dwell in your life and dwell on every negative that you've ever done, or try to use your vulnerabilities against you. People can choke the life out of you even before you started living. And that's it. Again, I know I got some faults, I got some flaws, I got some failures, I got some frustrations. uh Man, I've dealt with depression. uh you know Man, like I said, depression is real. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. Depression is real. I don't care who you are, um, and I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what lifestyle you come from. Man, depression is real because people thinking just because you got money that it's gonna make you happy. This money don't make you happy, man.
Sure don't.
No, money can't buy you. No, it's like, man, money can't buy you love. Money can't buy you happiness. It can buy you some material, some material things that you always
But
wanted.
once that material thing is gone, then what do you have left?
Man, but my thing is that if you're not happy within yourself, uh, what can you do? I mean, for real, what can you do? I mean, you hold on to a lot of stuff that you shouldn't even hold on to. You hold on to people that you shouldn't hold on to. Uh, Man, I thank God for people that know that God's planted in my life now, who are actually helping to encourage me and to help me to see that there's a different way of doing things. There's just especially business wise, because no, it becomes discouraging as as a business owner, because you want your business to be up booming, and then all of a sudden you have to take a step back and really look at where things are, and people making you believe, oh, you're not going to make it, and you start believing after a while, maybe I'm not going to make it. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you got somebody, no, but you got people who are who are pushing you to keep moving forward. And it's like, man, but as a friend of mine told me, man, that when you find you're going to find yourself going to the next level, new level, new devils. And I never really looked at it that way,
Hey, Mari.
but when you go to a new level, you face some new devils.
Yeah, true.
Colossal Step in Entertainment, man, we've hit some snags here and there. And we know we weathered some storms. And we seen some people where where's that people saying, well, just because of this and just because of that, we know you won't have people coming out to support you.
Hey,
And
Amber.
and it's funny, that I need that I need to know I needed to actually know to hear these things, because uh I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it.
But
African American people, we have this crab in a barrel mentality. Because you see somebody elevating, you have this knack of grabbing somebody and trying to pull them back down, because you can't see what they see, or just because you don't know who their DJ is. Oh, I need to say
oh,
this.
here we go.
I need to say this.
Oh, Lord.
Because you don't know who their DJ is, then you decide, oh, I'm not going to support them because I don't know the DJ, or I don't like it's not the steppers music that I'm used to. And this is some of the stuff that as a CEO of Colossal Step in Entertainment, this is some of the stuff that I have to deal with, because this is what I hear. This is what I experience. And what people don't understand is that, man, there's a lot of work that goes into, in the background.
Yeah, that's true.
And I know, yeah, I got some people that help me in the background, who are like curtain pullers, because the show can't go forward without having curtain pullers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm learning that that when you have a team behind you that's helping you to make this thing a reality, it's not about the team of me, but when it comes down to it, again, I take stuff personally, and I start seeing people for who they really were. Uh, Again, people can be toxic in your life. People, I said, man, the tongue is a dangerous thing. The tongue can either encourage you
or hurt you.
or the tongue can hurt you. The tongue can become an assassination. No, I mean character assassinator. Because this is what they know. This is what people speak, and people will sit there and keep saying, and they would tell other people, oh, well, they don't know how to do this. They don't know how to do that. They don't do this. They don't do that. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that because they don't see. They don't see your vision. They don't see the work that you put into it. They don't see how you work to try to how to really how passionate you are about what you're doing. And then people and people don't know, people stop showing up because of that reason. But it comes to the point where that I take that personally because you're blackballing my company because of your ignorance. And I'm gonna say it again. You're blackballing my company because of your ignorance, because of something that you're used to. But one thing I've learned is that Jesus went unto his familiar and they didn't accept him.
Preach.
So if Jesus went to his own people and they did not accept him, why would I expect for you to accept anything that I'm doing?
Amen.
Because my thing is, we're putting on a production. We put on an event that allows everybody to come out to enjoy themselves. And you have this knack of saying, well, because I don't know the DJ, or he doesn't play the music that I'm familiar with, or it's too much house music and not enough stepping. It's going to be hard for you to get people to come out and support you. But the thing is, this is not about you. See, you cannot come out to somebody's event and try to hijack their event. And I don't care.
You can't go to somebody's event and then insult the owner to his face.
And I'm good. My thing is that I'm not angry at nobody. I'm angry at myself because I allowed it to affect me. You know what I'm saying? I allowed it to affect me.
But you did as a business owner, you did it professionally. You didn't you probably took it personally afterwards behind the scenes, but you opened your doors and gave open invitation. As a business person, there's nothing wrong with you doing that. It's just everybody's gonna have their opinion, And guess what? Colossal Step Entertainment is still gonna be around, y'all. We may have took a little back seat for the month, but guess what? That comes January 20th, we will be back. Man. And we're just taking this time to enjoy the holidays with our family and and regroup as a group. And when it comes next year, 2024, there will be new changes, new opportunities, and new spins into the business. So stay tuned on that.
Yeah. So like I said, man, I allow it to affect me. I allowed it to affect my person. I allowed it to affect my personality. I allowed it to affect everything that was me because I took it personally. I took it hard. And it's like, man, and it's crazy that that I allowed people to have that kind of effect on me. Because I'm never the one that I'm the one who sits there says I don't care what people think, I don't care about what people say, but when you start affecting how my business flows, then I take that personally. When you start attacking my character, I take that personally. When you start attacking my passion, I take that personally. And because I took it personally, I allowed it to affect not just me, but my family, my business, and I started trying to realize that it wasn't so much about me. I had to start realizing there was people's ignorance, and not saying that people are stupid. That's not what ignorance means. Ignorance is just saying people are is an ignoring available information. People have not opened up their hearts and minds to change. You know, because they're not open to something new. They tend to blackball you personally and professionally because they don't they are not willing to accept something new. Or and I'm good with it now. I'm good with it now. But no, like I said, because I had to come to grips with uh, what I was allowing to take place in my life, how I allowed it to take place with my person, my personality, my professionalism. Um, yeah, it's one thing to smile through it,
Mm-hmm.
but during the times when in the quiet of the night, man, thoughts roll through your head. Your fears have become your reality.
Yep.
Um, and you start questioning yourself. Sometimes you second guess yourself.
That's true.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if anybody else has done it, but I can speak for me.
I can speak for myself as well.
I started second guessing myself. Um, I started second guessing myself as a person because I say, man, because I got my family involved in this. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm deeply involved in trying to make my business a reality. And the reality is that I allowed my frustrations and my thoughts and my depression to affect those around me. Um, and they know, and Roger, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. They know they affected my energy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Roger's my DJ, man, and he's been one of my greatest encouragers and supporters. Coming through this, he's helping us build Colossal Step in Entertainment. So I thank God he's online. He's been the one who's been right there with us. Tammy's another who's been right there with us. And man, we've been pushing. We've been pushing. And I want to no, man, I want to say thank you to those people who have actually been encouraging an encouragement to me during times like this. I know even my family, man. I thank y'all for staying around me and and dealing with my nonsense, especially when I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, because sometimes I allow those things to get the best of me, and I shouldn't. And we got to continue to keep pushing. And one thing that I'm determined to do in 2024 is to become a better person, become a better professional, become a better parent. Uh, man, y'all just don't know, man. I'm more determined than ever now. After everything that's been going on, man. Because like I said, uh, I had people around me who actually really believe in me, who are actually pushing me to become a better person. And I appreciate everyone who's giving me that encouragement. And again, thank you, Roger, man, for being a real friend, being a big brother who's been who's been in the business over 40 years and encouraging me through this season. I want to say thank you, man to man, because you've been right there, and you've been helping us to build, and I appreciate your friendship and your honesty through everything. Man, and like I said, man, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's stuck right there with me. Um, and I know this season is rough.
Yeah.
This season is hella rough, man. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. Tammy, thank you. It's been rough, man, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This has been a rough season. Um, because now you all are starting to see uh, and hear how I kind of wear my feelings openly.
He wears his heart on his sleeve,
You
y'all.
know, and I'm like, and I'm not one to really, express my feelings with the world because, not everybody um understands that feeling because because even as I speak, there's going to be somebody who's going to be in the background saying something negative, just because they feel like, oh, he's weak, he's not going to be able to make it. But to you, my naysayers, let me say this to you. Just because you believe that I'm ready to give up, you're wrong. Because right now I'm ready to push through. Intellectual radio has given us a platform, and now we're going to start elevating our game. Podcasting with Colossal is our platform to push, and we're going to continue to push. With God as my witness, we're going to continue to push, and we're going to become bigger and better. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to be a better leader. I'm not going to sit there and allow nobody and nothing to come between what God has put in my path. So, for those of you who are just waiting to see if we're going to make it or not, keep watching. Keep waiting, because we about to push past this. And I already know that I got some people in my corner who are praying for me, who are who sees the real me and not judge me because of my emotional feelings. And I know y'all saying, man, this dude used this whole show to talk about himself. Hey, man, at least I'm honest about who I am. I'm honest about who I am. See, I'm not getting on a podcast to talk, try to talk bad, talk about somebody else and criticize somebody else about what they going through. Because it's easy to be on the outside
looking in,
criticizing somebody else about what they know, what they're going through. A celebrity who ain't paying you to say nothing. You know what I mean? And couldn't care less about how you feel about them. Because even celebrities have their own feelings. And my thing is, now I have people who have basically, say, hey man, it's time for you to sit back, take a deeper look, see people for who they really are, and realize that you can get past them too. Because there's a lot of snakes in this playing field. There's a lot of snakes in the playing field. And you got to start recognizing the snakes for who they really are. And I thank God that my eyes are open, my ears are open, my heart is open, and I don't mind wearing my feelings on my sleeve. I don't mind doing that, because now, I'm a real person. I'm a real person with real feelings. I'm a real person with real emotions. And I don't care who you are. You got some emotions that you need to deal with as well. And nobody's perfect in this life. Sometimes it's nothing wrong to talk about what's going on with you. Because honestly, for me, this is my therapy. This is my therapy. I don't need to see a professional to talk about what's going on with me. I don't need to pay somebody to talk about what's going on with me. I realize what's going on with me.
Thank you.
And I'm good with and I'm good talking about it, because this is my therapy, because this is going to help me become better. Because God has placed me where He's placed me, and I'm gonna make sure that every day that God gives me breath, that I'm gonna push harder, and I'm gonna leave people right where they are. If you want to be negative, that's gonna be on you, baby, not me. because I'm not having negative people around me. Because I mean, I've had that angel devil thing going on for too long, and now it's time for me to let those people go. So with that being said, Colossal Step in Entertainment, me being the face of Colossal. Just because you don't see me doesn't mean that I'm not working. Just because you don't hear from me does not mean that I'm not speaking. Because I have a group of people around me who talk for me and who I've authorized to talk for me and help me push through what I'm feeling. So if there's ever a time that you don't hear from me, just know that my silence says volumes. Because maybe at times, there's times that I don't need to address certain things and certain people because you're not worth my time. I'm just going to say that. And I don't know who needed to hear that, but you're not worth my time if I'm not addressing some of the negative stuff that you had to say, because it's not worth it anymore. So from this day forward, I'm not addressing anything negative. Everything is going to push forward. Whether you like it or not, we're here to stay, here to fight on, and we're going to represent God to the best of our ability, because this is who God made us to be. This is how God made us to be. And our strength will overcome anything. Our faith shall overcome anything, because we see there's something down the road that God wants us to do, and we're going to make it. Until God calls me home, I'm going to continue fighting. I'm going to fight forward. Again, I want to thank everybody who's been right here with us, who's been encouraging, who's been praying for us. Man, I would thank my family for sticking right here with me during my season of depression. Again, this is my time, for therapy. Again, I don't need to pay for somebody to recognize what's wrong with me. I was going through, but the operative word was through. But now God is bringing me out. And when God brings me out of this, I'm going to be much better than when I came in. But from podcasting with Colossal, man, we want to thank you all for chiming in, for viewing in. We want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, a happy and safe New Year. I pray that God gives you everything that you desire in this new year. Continue to keep pushing. Continue to keep fighting. Because, man, the fight is not over. It's just beginning.
And before we close out, I'd like to wish our CEO a happy birthday, because on Saturday is his birthday.
Yeah, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all.
He's blessed to see another year around the sun.
52 years
52
around.
years around the sun.
Man, it's a blessing it's a blessing to be on here on earth, man. And Saturday I make 52 years of age. And I thank God for another year.
Like that,
and man, I'm blessed for it, man. I say thank y'all. January 20th, Colossal Stepping Entertainment is back. Stepping in house and in shades of blue. So, man, y'all get ready. We coming back, and we're coming back harder. So, man, until, man, next week, man. But we don't see y'all next week. We'll see y'all in the new year. We'll see y'all
in New Year.
We'll see y'all in the new year. And we don't see y'all next week. See y'all in the new year. Merry Christmas to you, man. Happy New Year to you. Peace.
That it's my time to press on towards the mark that God has for me. I've wiped away my tears and thrown away some fears. I'm standing strong and moving on.